Hello everyone, welcome to your weekend reading. This is going to be for Friday, July 11th through Sunday, July 13th. For this weekend, I felt guided to the Anna K Tarot, so I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck and then 1 card from the Archangels. So let's go ahead and see what Spirit wants to tell us for the weekend. Here are the cards. I'm calling on our angels, our spirit guides, and other beings of light who want to assist us. What do we most need to know for this weekend that is for our highest good? Okay, so one more. Okay. Alright, so let's see what the first card and message is for this weekend. And it is, wow, the 8 of Swords. Now I say wow because if you watch the reading for Tuesday, we also had the 8 of Swords, so it looks like it is an 8 of Swords week. And in this card, we see like a completely different scene. We see this woman, and she's kind of dressed like very regally, almost like a princess. And though she has this long kind of headpiece and this beautiful gown, but she's standing in front of a mirror, and in that mirror, she does not look very regal. In fact, she's blindfolded and she's kind of all tied up, and it's also raining. And so, you know, the 8 of Swords, it has to do with our, with our thoughts and our fears that are just holding us back from moving forward, where we kind of feel that something is preventing us, that there's literally something blocking us from manifesting something. But with the 8 of Swords, the message is always there's nothing blocking you. It's really just you. And in this card, I feel like they're reminding us of the illusion of fear. And fear can be very real, but remember, you always have to choose between love and fear. You can't choose both, and you can't live by both. So you're either going to see yourself as like a free individual who is making their own decisions. Remember the message that we had for the weekly channeled message. Spirit was telling us that we are our own creators. We're not kind of living by God's good grace. When you kind of feel that way, when you live by that energy that you are living on God's good graces, you're living this reality here where you're kind of tied up until the universe is like ready to hand you certain things, ready to manifest things for you. But when you're kind of living by the reality that you're manifesting your own reality and you're free to make any decision that you want, including ones that are not for your highest good, which is true, then you're here. You kind of, you are your true authentic self. So I feel like they're saying banish that illusion that something is blocking you, because nothing is kind of blocking you on your path except only kind of the fear that maybe you're going to make the wrong decision, and kind of not trusting yourself. Self-confidence has been like a strong message this week. So I feel like they're saying more self-confidence, and any illusions that you have of fear, of blocks, are going to dissipate. Okay, then we have the 7 of Rods, which would be the 7 of Wands. And in this card, we kind of see 2 individuals kind of fighting it out, and there is a dark cloud hanging over them. And the 7 of Wands, it represents having to really stand up for yourself, having to really use all of your inner fire. This is the suit of fire, of Wands. This represents spirit. So I feel like there's something we really want to bring into our lives, but fear and self-confidence are obviously a major block, and they're saying you're really going to have to step it up as far as your personal power and inner fire. I feel like I've been saying this all week, but it's just the messages that keep coming through. So I feel like somebody out there, it's like you're on the verge of a major breakthrough, and Spirit is kind of sitting on the edge of their seat, kind of seeing what you do. Are you really believing in yourself? This is a card of believing in yourself against the odds. Usually with this card, it represents standing up for yourself. And sometimes there is kind of something challenging you, but again, it's just an illusion, and you're actually the one that ends up on top. You're the one that ends up kind of winning the battle, if there is one. So with this card, Spirit is telling us that we're strong enough to kind of bring these changes into our life and kind of get past our fears. Let's see what the third card is. We have the Page of Swords. And, you know, the Page of Swords, it has to do, again, with our thoughts. And, you know, the Page of Swords can kind of represent, like, being, like, really, really blunt and kind of saying it like it is. Let's look at all three cards to see exactly what Spirit is telling us. So, you know, we start off again with the Eight of Swords, kind of letting us know that we're going to have to choose between our reality of who we truly are and the illusion. An illusion of fear, of lack of self-confidence, lack of self-confidence. And we're going to have to, like, amp up our personal power. I also feel because we have the Page of Swords that we may have to kind of like be like really blunt in some situation. We may have to kind of like really just speak our mind. The pages have to do with messages and communication. Sometimes it means kind of like an email, a phone call, a text message. It's just kind of communication, and the Suit of Swords is our thoughts. So I feel like there's kind of something that is kind of brewing in our minds, and we're really going to have to communicate this to someone, or maybe even to ourselves. I feel like it's time for like honesty and truth, especially, you know, because the Spirit has been very persistent this week with messages about kind of being really honest with ourselves and like living our truth and really stepping up to our personal power. So I feel like this is not a good time to kind of keep our thoughts to ourselves or kind of allow other people to walk all over us. It's time to like really let everyone know what is on our mind. And I feel like when we do that, this illusion here, I feel like this mirror here will kind of crack and like fall away once you kind of like really speak up for yourself. Okay, so let's see what the archangels want to say. Okay, that was easy. We have Divine Order, and it's Archangel Raguel, and he says, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Of course, I'm drawn to the word illusion because I think I've probably said it like 10 times in this reading, if not this week. So I feel like everything is happening, of course, with this card, you'll always hear everyone say everything is happening in divine order. But I feel like this order kind of includes your fears. Sometimes that's part of the lesson. It's part of the spiritual lesson to see like how you deal with these challenges that are going on around you. Do you kind of let them take over your life, or do you like allow them to empower you? So I feel like they're saying like don't kind of feel that if you're like really awakening to your truth right now, and you kind of feel like, you know, I should have done this by now, and I should have realized that, you know, it was all just an illusion, it was all just me, and I had plenty of time to make this decision. They're saying like don't beat yourself up because this is actually like part of the plan. I feel like any fears that you had were kind of meant to empower you so that later on your path you can like really see how much that you've grown and how this has kind of really contributed to you getting to where you need to get. So they're saying like everything is fine, everything is happening according to divine order, including those fears that you've had, maybe those times when your self-confidence has not been really strong. This is going to contribute to you becoming more empowered. So they're saying to embrace this. Okay, this has been your weekend reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again on Monday.